I'm just going to breathe through this. The fact that DeLuca is now dead, he dies as a hero. I mean, there has been a massive response online. People felt blindsided. I mean, have you seen this overwhelming response?
Yeah, I mean, it's been quite a whirlwind since last night to this morning, and I've been very taken with interviews, so I've been largely sort of missing a lot of what's been going on social media. But certainly last night, after the airing of it, I was flooded with messages and tweets, and I don't know if I could ever respond to them all within a lifetime, but I was doing my best to make people feel seen and heard and respond and like things and say thank you. And I definitely felt the love last night, and it was very beautiful.
Okay, so break it down for me, because when you read the script and this is what was going to happen for DeLuca, how did you feel about it? And did you know for a while?
I did know for a while, like sort of towards the beginning of the season, kind of when we were talking about it.
So you didn't tell me?
I couldn't tell you. We were so far away. I mean, God, it was easily one of the hardest secrets I've ever had to keep. Apart from maybe like proposing to my wife, I had a ring in my house for like months. That was a pretty hard secret to keep. But this was like maybe like the second hardest secret to keep for as long as I had to. And eventually it was, my cast members had to become made aware of it, and that was a whole other thing. And they were so sad and shocked. And you said the fans felt blindsided. The cast definitely felt blindsided. But no, I mean, we got an opportunity to tell a beautiful story from a character that I am so in love with and will miss dearly. We got to highlight, his mental illness storyline. We got to highlight human trafficking, which is another pandemic going on in the world. So it was very Grey's Anatomy in the sense of, highlighting issues we need to see and talk about, but also, paying respect and honor to this character that spent so much time on the show. So, I'm happy it was so well received.
Yeah, and talk about the respect. I mean, I've been sitting with the idea of what happened last night, and it was a beautiful send-off. You're on the beach where Meredith goes when she talks to people who are not alive, and DeLuca says, "You'll be okay, Meredith." And that, I just like, you lose it at that point. And then DeLuca's mom, all of it. What was it like for you to watch that send-off?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it a couple times already because I just finished directing on the show, and so when you're a director, you want to come in and you want to see everything that's happened before.
Yeah,
you want to see everything leading up to your episode that you're going to direct for context, so you know where the story is at, right? So because of that, saw the episode prior, and it was an emotional watch. For sure, because you're seeing yourself going, you're seeing your character going. There's so many complex, nuanced, emotional things that are happening within you that are definitely very emotional. So, but yeah, it was beautiful. I'm super happy with the way it turned out and the stories we're able to tell. And I got to wrap up all these nice little pretty bows with like my sister on the show, Stefania Spampinato, who I love dearly. We got to spend some real time together. And then Ellen, who has been such an incredible mentor, Ellen Pompeo, who's been such an incredible mentor and friend to me over the years. And we've gotten much closer since the writers made us a love interest on this show. We spent even more time together. And so I was grateful to the writers for creating this beach because her character has COVID and is largely unconscious for most of our seasons. So if that wasn't created, I really wouldn't have had any scenes or any real time spent with Ellen. So the fact that I got these couple of days on this beach where not only I got to act with her and enjoy that, but that, in between takes, her and I had tons of time to just sit together on this beach and talk and reminisce about all our time together over the years. And the show was beautiful and a gift.
Yeah. And going forward, we know we're going to have to deal with the emotions of losing DeLuca. Will we get to see you in some of those scenes again on the beach, or was that the last time we see you?
To what I know, I think that might be the last time we see him on the beach, as the send-off was so final. But the other iterations where we can see DeLuca through different flashbacks or people remembering him, certainly he's just died. You know what I mean? So we're still in the shock phase. We haven't got to grief. We haven't got to all those other stages. I think in the next couple episodes, you're going to see this kind of shockwave ripple through the hospital and see how everybody deals with this loss and how they take it.
And there's so much more emotions involved with, because did you get a chance to say bye to your TV family and say bye to this character, say bye to Meredith? Does it feel final for you now?
In a very weird, serendipitous kind of way. If I wasn't directing, I wouldn't have been given that opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
And so my last days as an actor was not goodbye. It was see you soon. I'm going to be directing the next couple, in a couple episodes. So everybody knew I was coming back. And, because of COVID, we're largely separated, and we don't even meet together to do read-throughs of the show anymore. And so if your character doesn't interact directly with another actor, like, you would never see that actor the entire season or year. So as a director, I have to work with every single actor on the show. And so it was this amazing opportunity, coincidentally, for me to just say goodbye and spend some real time with everybody. And it was a beautiful treat.
And talking about directing and working with people, I understand there's a little teaser that Patrick Dempsey is back. McDreamy is coming back. I mean, can you tell me a little bit about working with him and what we can expect going forward?
I never got to work with him, as he's always just with Ellen on the beach, but certainly his return has been huge for the show. I mean, he's McDreamy. He's one of the biggest characters of the show of all time. And so for the fans, having him return has been a huge deal. I think it's something that we're probably going to continue to see, and maybe some other familiar faces. Who knows?
Who else? Any Can you give us any teasers? I mean, you're the director. Essentially, you could tell me anything. You have the power.
I can't tease about those things, but the beach is definitely something, a storytelling device that we're going to continue to see, and we're going to continue to have, old friends stop by and be able to spend time with Ellen, because she's largely unconscious and
right.
Sleeping. So it's been a cool way that we haven't had in other seasons. We haven't had this sort of like B storyline, weaving its way through the entire season where Ellen is in this other place. It's been a really kind of way to give a fresh look and take on the show.
Giacomo, your performance when that intervention happened a few episodes ago was so powerful. I mean, that led to so many people having a conversation and the importance of mental health. I mean, what was the most important aspect of your character that you just loved the idea that you were able to bring forward as a story?
Hands down, just representation. What you were talking about, showing that someone who is suffering from bipolar, or for that matter, any other mental illness, if you seek help, if you diet and exercise and get rest, and if a psychiatrist so suggests medication, you can get a better grasp on your life. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to have bad days, that it's not going to be hard, but that you will have a little bit more control over the demons that are, inflicting you. And that has been the biggest honor for me as an actor, to portray that, because I want people to see who are suffering that they could be an attending in a hospital, commanding positions below him, balancing a very large budget, being incredibly responsible in a high level position. I want people in those positions to think that they can also attain those goals in their careers and their lives, and that they're also deserving and capable of love. That's the other big thing. And I think if there's a bittersweet part of the story, it's that, DeLuca finally getting a grasp on his demons and getting his life together. I mourn the possibility of his potential that he could have reached as a lover to Meredith, and all the things he could have accomplished in his career now. So that's been the big honor and take for me as an actor playing him.
Are you happy the way it ended for him?
I am. I think, his mother's been mentioned a couple of times in the show, and we've sort of been this ethereal character that we don't really know. So to see her, I think, was kind of a cool Easter egg for the fans, and to see how much she means to him, and that, he gets to be reunited with his mother that he's lost. And I think having that time on Station 19 where
Yeah.
he really spends time with his sister, and the audience gets a lot of the time to spend with his childhood and his backstory, you know, furthering his character development. I think it was just a very, very perfectly written episode, and I'm very grateful to Krista, our showrunner, and all the writers and producers involved. I think we did I'm very happy with what we came up with.